Before you get married, make sure that either you or your husband or someone very, very close to you that is very reasonable in your life is financially intelligent, not only financially certified. Because the way we are going in this world right now, we need someone who is very, very crucial in his spending, in handling money, material things, to be very close to us so that we make crucial decisions through them to make a better life for ourselves. Now, here is a story that I'm about to share, and you should consider it for yourself as well, so that you won't fall into that pit. Now, I want to share a story with you. Before I married my husband, he told me he's a banker, that he worked with Access Bank. That is not even the problem, because he lied that he's working in the bank. After my wedding, my husband would leave the estate in the morning and return by 10 a.m. I said, "Why are you coming back early?" He told me he was on leave. For 2 good months, he stayed back. One day, I asked him, "When will you return to work?" And he said, "Next week." Long story short, he is not working, but he's an hustler. I cried my eyes out. But the deed has been done. And I asked, how are we going to be paying our rents? Is that the only problem? How are you going to cater for your well-being? Food, clothing? Is it only the shelter that you're concerned about? See a wife like that, thinking about how are they going to be paying only their rent? What they are going to eat? How they are going to live? Their livelihood? She doesn't think about it, only the rent. Now, let's continue. He assured me that he will take care of me. Eventually, I got pregnant for my daughter and gave birth. Then he got a contract worth 20 million naira, and we decided to pay our rent upfront. See, someone advising, a wife advising her husband. So the rent for 5 years would cost us 12.5 million we paid, so that the rent will be out of our way. See, your husband made 20 million naira contract, and all you could think of is how to pay rent of 12.5 million naira. 12.5 million naira for a rent for 5 years, because you just want the rent to be out of your way. Is that the holy concern? Now let's just continue before I expatiate further. So the rent is out of our way. We bought a Venza, another financial error. We bought a Venza from a friend for 6 million naira, so you can stop jumping bike. Of all problems that married couple do entertain, their only problem now is to shelter and how to move around. Now, 12.5 million plus 6 million makes how much? That's 18.5 million naira. So they are only left with 1.5 million naira for their other well-being, food and what have you. Now let's continue. Since that time till now, nothing. Why would there be anything? You only have 1.5 million naira left. How long will it take you to spend 1.5 million naira if you are not financially prudent? Let's just continue before I budge further. Then recently I saw a text on his phone, landlord reminding him that the 3 years rent will soon expire. Now, the husband is not even honest with his wife. How on earth will you get married to someone and you won't be able to tell them how you feel and what you feel, what you want to do and how you are doing it, and make them be rest assured that you've actually do what you both plan to do? Now let's just continue. I was shocked. I asked him. He said he used the money to pursue something of which he's not even aware of. Now, maybe she used it in gambling or what have you, a lot of things that he couldn't even inform his wife at all. Meaning he did not pay for the 5 years. That's how we started having issues. Because as we speak, to even eat, it's my mom that sent things. Now, let's break this down. A wife, legally married or traditionally married to a man, advised him to pay 5 years up front. The man, on the other hand, couldn't trust his wife and couldn't trust himself with money, and instead paid 3 years and use 2 years rent for something he couldn't even tell his wife. Eventually, after 3 years, the wife discovered that the husband has squandered that 2 years money for something else she's not aware of. Now, of all things that married couples do see in marriage, how will it be that someone that is married to you, that you are married to, all you could think of is just the shelter over your head and what you could enter as a car, so that you don't want to fly bike. You don't want to fly bike. So you spend 6 million naira. What about the fueling of the car? What about the maintenance cost of that car? They didn't think about it. So my advice for them is this. Now, they are still left with something. At least the 12.5 million naira is gone, right? Now they are left with that car, the 6 million naira car. If the 6 million naira car is worth more, they should sell it more. Maybe 7 million naira or what have you. And they should make that 7 million naira and break it down into pieces. Now, 50% of that money, which is 3 million naira or 3.5 million naira, in case of if they sell it to 7 million naira, they should use it, set it aside for eventualities of any uncertainties. The remaining 3.5 million naira, they should split it into 3. The first part is really for their immediate needs, the food itself, and maybe some other livelihood. Not even clothes for now. They don't need extra clothes. Whatever clothes they have, in as much as it is covering their nakedness, it's okay. The remaining 3.5 million naira or 3 million naira, they split it into 3. 1 million naira for food for the next, I don't know, for the next maybe 6 months or thereabouts. If it can, I don't know how much they spend in their home, but they need to cut their spending, even in food. In as much that if they eat whatever, they eat a particular portion of food daily, they won't go hungry for that day. It is okay, even if it is 001 or 101, whatever. Now, after that one, they need to set aside the second 1 million naira for their child, for what again? For their rents. Now, they don't have to live in such house whereby they are going to be paying 12.5 million naira in 5 years, which makes how much in a year? 12.5 million naira. 12.5 million naira. I'm coming. Divided by 5. That's 2.5 million naira per month. That is too much. Per year. 2.5 million naira per year. That is too much. They should cut their coat according to their sizes now. Now, if it requires them to leave the state or even the area whereby they are paying 2.5 million naira to go to the area whereby they can see a house of, let's say, 300,000 naira or 100,000 naira, 200,000 naira, 300,000 naira at its minimal, maximum 500,000 naira, they should rent another apartment and use the remaining 500,000 naira to do to set up things so that everything will be convenient for them. I mean, just a humble convenience, not an exorbitant one, not a luxury one. Now, the second 1 million naira is gone. Then the third 1 million naira, you now start thinking, what does the wife want to contribute to the family? It's not about how much the wife can bring for the family now. We're talking about how the wife can contribute to the family. Now, if the wife had been prudent enough, she would have advised her husband to use that money for something crucial, for something better for the family. But she eventually use whatever the knowledge she has, or let's say the way she sees the money, that's the way they spent it. Now that the money is gone, the remaining 1 million naira, she should use it for herself. Maybe if she can venture in an online course with a minimum, maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 naira, a very minimal amount, maybe importation or something like that, or go to the market and see what she has passion for, so that she'll be selling it to her contacts. Whatever she has passion for, that would be better, because there won't be any stress or straining your brain for it. So whatever she has passion for, or whatever the husband can make sure she can enjoin half up, so that she will use the remaining 1 million naira for it. What about the remaining 3 million naira? Now, the 3 million naira, you should set aside another 500,000 naira for any downtime, anytime that you are down for whatever thing. That remaining 2.5 million naira, you should scrutinize the economy, the business world, in a man's view, not just general view. The business world, whatever he can venture in, even if it's Marwa for him to drive, he should buy Marwa new, brand new, so he won't have to pay to anybody again, and start what's it called, transport business from one end to another end. So whatever he sees daily, they start saving up, so that they can plan for their daughter's future, because that daughter's future is very crucial to the family. They brought that daughter to the world, and they shouldn't make her suffer because of their lackadaisical attitude. So my advice for that family is that the husband should see what he can use that 2.5 million naira for. The only thing coming to my head right now is not the financial advice now. It's just that he should see what that 2.5 million naira can achieve whole without any additional. So you should use that 2.5 million naira to achieve it. If it's Marwa, for example, buy the Marwa and use the remaining money to fuel it from time to time till you are up and running with your Marwa. Use part of the money to buy to do the, what's it called, the registration and riders permit and what have you, everything. So after that one, you can use the remaining money to fuel the Marwa, and you still have 500 naira set aside. So anytime anything eventually happens, he can use that remaining 5 million naira for anything for himself or for the family. Not that he should just go and start removing from it. So with this, they can still come back and triumph. Maybe in the next 5 years, they can go back to that thing and that lifestyle they have, and that lifestyle they have been they were used to. So that's my advice for the couple. But for the general populace, for the masses, for my followers, for everyone that is watching, please have someone that is financially intelligent, someone that is financially educated, financially certified, not in written form, I mean from the brain, that they can analyze the future and what you have at hand, so that they can quantify what should be done right now that will affect them in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, even 10 years to come, that they won't have to regret that. I remember 5 years ago that I have a million naira. Where is the 1 million naira? I remember 5 years ago that I have 500,000 naira. Where is the 500,000 naira? I remember 10 years ago that I have 10 million naira. Where is the 10 million naira? We don't pray for any eventualities or of any uncertainty or anything of from the pessimistic view, but we have to prepare ahead for it. So when you're prepared for it, that's when you can be able to leverage on whatever you have planned against, so that whatever comes forth, you can stand your ground and be able to achieve your dream. And even if you cannot achieve your dream, you can stay at alert for whatever uncertainty. So we pray God did not give us what is beyond our control, what is beyond our capacity. But whatever God gives us, He gives us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to manage it, so that we don't regret ever owning something, either materialistic, in money, financially, in material, or in any kind. Thank you. Subscribe to my channel, and thanks you for watching. Peace out.